How's it going, guys? Well, welcome back to TheBlueShifting and welcome back to the house in Fata Morgana. So, yeah, we've got Mell on side. I feel terrible about what happened to him. That's okay. We're gonna make it through. Now it's time to work with the beast, I believe. Assuming we go in, like, a logical order. I'm not looking forward to this one. I have a feeling it's not going to be fun or pleasant. But we'll have to see what we can do. Hopefully I won't die again. Also, got a new chair. It's an awesome gift I got for Valentine's Day, so freaking sweet. Enjoy that, I guess. Not a product placement at all. Goodness knows, I'm not even close to being able to get some kind of sponsorship. But it's a good quality chair. Highly recommended, highly rated, and by users, not by like random stuff. And God, it's comfortable. I was sitting on a kitchen chair before this, so this is a much pleasant upgrade. Unfortunately, I've actually noticed the downside. I get lost in what I'm doing, and I tend to sit here too long and like stay up too late. So yeah, that'll be fun. But anyway, let's see. So yes, now we're gonna probably go into the beast side of the story and working with the nun. I have no idea how we're gonna approach this one. I think the nun's really the only angle we have to work with. He's crazy. He's craven. But she might provide us a modicum of sanity, and her opinion might hold sway for him. So we'll just have to do our best to figure that out. But for now, we're waking up. We're being woken up by someone we don't know. I'm guessing it's either going to be Mell, Nellie, or honestly, I think it's going to be the nun. And she's probably going to ask us for help doing like a breakfast or something. Wake up. Come on. Wake up, please. Come on, up with you. Or maybe that's Giselle. No, it is Mel. Oh, thank goodness. You were out so good, I was scared you might be dead for a minute. Good morning. How are you feeling? He's awfully chipper. What? Huh? Why are you looking at me like I just kicked your cat? It's incredible how much more pleasant it is to be woken up by a woman than a boy. That's the things I get for waking you up? Or did I interrupt a nice dream? I did, didn't I? And it was a dirty dream too, I bet. You definitely seem like the mind in the gutter kind of guy. I will murder you. Whoa, let's not be hasty now. You said you were going to help me out. That didn't sound very helpful. And the worst part is how similar his wake-up call was to Giselle's. I'm just kidding. And you know, I can get up on my own. Fair enough, I guess. Though, put yourself in my shoes for a sec. I came in and you were still a corpse, still as a corpse. It startled me enough that I took your pulse. You touched me while I was sleeping? It was faint, but it was there. That's wonderful news. They're heading out for breakfast in the dining hall. You can go and get a plate yourself if you want. It's just some bread and wine, though. Fetch wine for breakfast. I don't know, I'm guessing this still isn't the case, but old enough in time, it's like wine and juice used to effectively be considered the same thing. Like it was whether it was fermented or not, and from I understand, old translations from old books, there really wasn't much of a difference. But I don't know. Dining hall. It's quite a crowd. All the people here are gathering at the festival prep, so you should probably hurry if you want to get some. Hold on, I need a minute. My mind's still waking up. First off, I thought you said the church wasn't offering boarding at the moment, so why a dining hall? Ah, right, it's not, but they do still offer breakfast. For free, of course. I see. Now what did you mean by festival prep? As I mentioned yesterday, the heart of the Harvest Festival is here at the church, but it's a citywide event. There are all sorts of supplies that need to be purchased, decorations made to be put up, that sort of thing. So we've got volunteers from the city here to help. I see. I believe today they're supposed to be putting up decorations outside the chapel, so the courtyard should be a bustle. The courtyard. Ah, yes, that's court or yard, really. We passed through it on our way here yesterday. Oh, right. I think I know what you're referring to. So, as long as I'm here, I don't have much choice but to help with prep. I'd honestly rather set Morgana free right now, but the other two are bound to find out if either of us do anything too conspicuous. So for now, I should stick with my routine, and at least where people can see me. That would be the smart thing to do. Yeah. Anyway, let me know if you're planning on doing anything. Is there anything I can help with? I will. I'll let you know. Okay, well, I should get going. See you later, I guess. Mel, do you know where I could find the nun? Her? She should be in the dining hall. Thank you. And the other two men? The Lord and his bodyguard? They're only around early mornings and at night, so I doubt either of them are here right now. Why only then? That's when we go up into the tower. Though even if they were on the property, you wouldn't be able to just walk up and talk to them. Especially not the Lord. Also, I don't keep track of where they go or what they do. Sorry. I don't really want to know what they're up to. So I've kept my distance. Understandable. Thank you anyway. See you later. That was okay. He's holding it together fairly well, all things considered. Finally resolving to do something about Morgana took a big weight off his shoulders, I guess. Oh, Giselle. Good morning, Michelle. Morning. It's a bit soon to be feeling relieved, I think. There's still work to be done before Mel can face Morgana. The first step's still a big one, though, at least for him. I suppose. Anyway, sounds like the Lord's going to be difficult to make contact with, which is what I was afraid of. Our only options are when he's here to feed Morgana. Mel did say he didn't keep close tabs on the two of them, so there might be more than just that. First priority is getting you fed, though. So off to the dining hall we go. Out of curiosity, did you sleep at all? I haven't been sleepy once since I became the maid. But I'm used to it, so don't worry about me. You said you see what I'm seeing in the darkness, didn't you? That's what it looks like, at least. Which means when my eyes are closed, she has no light at all. Maybe I shouldn't have gone to sleep after all. I know what you're thinking, Michelle. And no, you're wrong. You need your sleep. You won't have the energy to do anything if you don't keep yourself well rested and nourished. You're right. We should get going. To the dining hall! She's so chipper, I love it. Oh, this is familiar. I make my way through the halls to the room with the fireplace. The area I used as a living room and the area currently serving as the dining hall. Sitting in the center of the room is a long table lined with bread and wine. Oh, excuse me. Standing behind the table and handing out food to the long line of the people is the nun. This being a church, no one is speaking especially loudly, but there's still an indistinct buzz hanging in the air. Dozens of people whisper back and forth. The majority of people in this room look poor, like they genuinely need assistance, but there are a handful of those who look more than well off. That's a lot more people than I was expecting. They don't turn anyone away, which, as I recall from Morgana's account, nearly drained the church of everything it had once. There don't seem to be want of supplies at the moment, though. I assume that's thanks to the Lord's patronage? Most likely, yes. In any event, I doubt we're getting anywhere near her in the morning. She looks like she's got her hands full. Why don't we offer to help? That doesn't change the fact that we need to speak with her. I'm going to try to squeeze past the crowd. What? Michelle, wait a second. Hey now, no cutting in line, young man. We've been waiting since dawn. Please let me through. I have business with the nun. I ain't letting you through just because you told me to. This is important. No more important than any of our business. Our lives depend on this food. So get your tail to the back of the line. Here we go. What seems to be the trouble? Could I ask for a moment of your time? I need to speak with you. Well, as you can see, I'm a bit preoccupied. I won't take much of your time, I promise. But it's very important you... Give it a rest already, young man. Can't you see she ain't interested? Give me a hand getting this guy out of here, fellas. What? Wait.
Just don't get rough, okay?
Of course, Arsatis. Pick it up, young man. So you need some time outside to cool off. Ah, stop, watch the hair. Yeah, Michelle, come on. That one does extraordinarily well.
You know, Michelle, sometimes I can't decide whether you're calculated or reckless.
And now I realize I never got the bread.
We should wait and try and get to talk to the nun when she's not so busy. She has to have some free time during the day.
I don't know, as a nun, from my understanding, nuns in general don't waste their time. You're right.
What do you say we take a look around the mansion while we're waiting? Who knows? Maybe we'll run into someone else.
All right.
Don't let it get to you.
As Mell had said it would be, the mansion was packed compared to yesterday, and most everyone I saw appeared to be excited for the upcoming Harvest Festival. A number of them even greeted me as we passed in the halls. Yawning every day. They're so nonchalant about it, I wasn't quite sure how to react. I was amazed that anyone, let alone multiple people, would treat me so normally, considering how far from normal I looked. There were a few surprised looks, of course, but no one called me a demon or an angel based solely on my appearance. Perhaps they were just used to seeing people of all different colors around the city, so they had an easier time accepting the way I looked. No matter what the reason, though, it was quite nice being treated normal. That is really cool. After meandering through the mansion for a while, I made my way to the chapel. Despite knowing I have no way into the tower, part of me still wanted to be near it. So I headed around the back side of the podium where the stained glass window towered over me. Hello, Michael. It's the same as I remember.
I've always loved this window. It makes me feel like I've got an angel watching over me.
Had I been given a different name, maybe I would feel the same. That said, I don't dislike it as much as I used to.
I'm glad to hear it.
Off to the side, at the very back of the room, is the door leading to the observation tower. It's chained shut, that's no surprise. The lock's the same as the one back in the mansion, but the chains are just regular chains. They're not glowing with that awful black light, they're simply dull and gray.
If only I had an axe, then we could just chop the door right down.
I don't think an axe would help. If it were wood, maybe, but this is metal, rather heavy at that.
You never know. Hit it hard enough and anything will break eventually.
We'd be in chains ourselves long before we made it through this door. What do you do? What are you doing there? I say what? I can't remember, like the beast voice I pitched super low, and the merchant's voice I pitched high, and I remember I tried to reconcile it. I think I had to go for the higher pitch, but not like super high like Mel's. What are you doing there? Because I'm guessing that's who this is.
Huh.
Yep.
It's him.
I was under the impression you and the Lord were only around mornings and nights. Why would you say that, you idiot? And why would you know that? Oops. Who are you?
He's getting suspicious, Michelle.
I'll take care of it. I'm a friend of Mel's.
A friend of his.
Does that surprise you?
Never once have I seen a friend of his before.
He has plenty of friends, I'm sure. No one has had the opportunity to pay him a visit, that's all.
Never mind the boy's social dealings. Was he the one who told you about my schedule? That I work for the Lord?
I've got to be careful what I say here. He's going to start getting suspicious of Mell. I asked him.
Asked him what?
I heard some talk around town saying the Lord was seen coming in and out of the estate on more than one occasion. Naturally, that caught my attention. A lowly peasant like myself almost never has the opportunity to cross paths with the Lord. So, hearing you was a regular visitor here, I was hoping to have the honor of catching a glance at him. When I asked Mell about the Lord, he mentioned he had a bodyguard, which got me wondering what kind of person would somebody so distinguished entrust his life to. Dig around too much and you're liable to end up in the ground yourself. So, he told you I was the Lord's bodyguard? Well, was he not supposed to for some reason? No. It's true, I am his bodyguard. The question is, how did you know it was me? Fetch. Fetch! It wasn't difficult. You do seem to do rather stand out from the crowd. From Mel's description, I was able to recognize you almost immediately. Playing on the erase card, huh? Luckily it'll work, and it's not the offensive one. If our roles were reversed, you would have similarly little trouble identifying me from a short description. The only thing distinct about me is my race. Where do you come from, if I may ask? Beyond the Silk Road. From the east, then? What country? Is that any of your concern? No, I'm just curious. Why is your hair white? Why are your eyes red? They're naturally that color. Is that so? Nature can be quite the ball and chain. Is it just me, or does it sound like he's sympathizing with you? It's hard to say. Honestly, I'm still having trouble reading him. Either way, it sounds like he's bought your explanation. So it does, which is a relief. Now, what business do you have with this door? The door was not my objective. I came to look at the stained glass window. I happened to notice a door with an unusual lock off to the side, so I got curious and went to go look at it up close. The area behind the pulpit is off limits. I was aware. Maybe I'll have to put ropes up then. Why is it off limits, though? Is that any of your concern? No, but the way you're talking about it has piqued my curiosity. Do you not know how to keep your nose out of places it doesn't belong? Get out of here. And don't come back. As you wish. Hold on. Yes? Your name? Michelle. Michelle. Almost the same as the angel there. That would be because I was named after him. I see. What an unfortunate name. I despise angels. Oh, okay. Okay. May I ask what yours is? I have no name. You don't have... What do you... Is it... Was he banished or something? No, never mind. Farewell. Or maybe this one also has amnesia? Oh, wow. That was scary. He does not want anyone getting near that door, huh? I thought he was going to pull a sword on you. I wonder, would I die if he tried to kill me? There aren't many people who could get away from a blade like that, especially in his hands, unharmed. You're probably right. Having already died once, the idea of doing so again feels wrong somehow. You managed to talk him down, though. I'm surprised. You were quite the accomplished liar, Michelle. Is that so? It's hard to believe we are the same awkward, stuttering Michelle I know and love. I'm really that much of a bumbling fool normally. I wonder what he's doing back there, though. It's well past dawn. Standing watch, presumably. With as many people as there are roaming about, he's probably worried about people like me getting near the door. I doubt he plans on spending much time anywhere else until the festival's over. And with him on guard, we've got pretty much no access to the door. I sure hope we can talk him over to our side. Mell was never an enthusiastic accomplice. His guilt was always what allowed us to win him over and get him to confess everything. On the other hand, he's not likely to be so forthcoming.
It all depends on how deep his ties to the nun are. Presumably, she's the reason he's involved.
That said, we managed to communicate well enough.
Are you still sore that I called you awkward?
No, I don't mean that. I mean him.
What? Oh.
He was far from rational or coherent when he was living with you in the mansion.
You're right. He does seem like a completely different person here. Losing his memory in the shipwreck was probably what triggered his transformation into the beast. So I guess this must be what he was like before that.
What he carries inside him is no different now than it was then. He's simply able to hold himself in equilibrium now. He's keeping a balance between the rational human side and the violent beast side.
He does somewhat remind me of Beastia during his short period of calm.
That, or the glimpse we got of him on the ship while he was still a merchant. I would say that's probably closer to the man here now.
Huh? The ship?
You were the one that showed me the memory.
What? I have no recollection of that.
Okay, that's a little weird. Though if I remember correctly, didn't it like mention that because like she was narrating and like we saw something in like one of the flashbacks and then she said it in the narration like we'd never seen it before. I think I commented on that and how it was like she didn't know that we were seeing those memories, especially because like she would be like she would comment on when we come back and be like, oh, I thought I lost you for a second there.
Oh yeah, you also mentioned seeing another woman's memories behind the second door, didn't you? From outside the mansion.
You didn't see them though, as I recall.
All I'm aware of is what took place within the mansion, as well as whatever Morgana felt like telling me.
Resonation.
What?
Nothing. Morgana mentioned something about me resonating. I don't know why I would be capable of such a thing, but because of what it allowed me to see, it's all but impossible for me to ignore the plight of these people. Anyway, the point is, however rational he may appear, we mustn't forget that that is not the whole picture. He is as much a killer in this life as he was in the next. He's a man of many faces. The gentleman he was around his lover, the brutal, merciless man he was on the ship, and the beast that lurks beneath it all. Everyone acts differently depending on who they're around. But there's something unsettling about how he does it. Yeah. I wonder what he meant when he said he had no name.
As I recall, he was from someplace far, far away in the second door. And he looked Asian here too, so maybe he's from the same country.
He said he's crossed the Silk Road, so the eastern end of the continent, presumably. I wonder if he had the same name or not.
It was an unusual name.
So, I'm guessing though, if he's Asian and he's on the Silk Road, I mean, if in this time Japan was even trading with the West, which I'm not even sure it was, I don't see them using the Silk Road unless it was like trade with China and then China trading with across the Silk Road. So he might in this story be Chinese, but like in his story it definitely strongly implied Japanese, with the island nation, the sea trade, and the blockading and like the blocking out of all foreigners.
It was an unusual name. Oh, what was it? Ukulele. Ukulele?
That actually sounds more like Polynesian. No, that wasn't it. It was Eucalyptus. Eucalyptus. Oh, eucalyptus. That's how you spell eucalyptus. Oh, wow. It does not look like how it sounds. But he was named after a plant. I get the feeling we're both wrong, and then I'm further off than her. It's not the kind of name we're used to hearing or saying.
Hopefully we'll be able to get it out of him.
Hopefully. But for the time being, we should look for the nun. I imagine she doesn't have her hands quite as full by now.
Probably not. To the courtyard we go, then. Wow, the crowd just keeps on growing.
Is this breakfast going to stretch all the way to like noon?
Are they all helping with the decoration?
It would seem so. Preparation for the festival's in full force.
Oh, I found the nun. She's over there. She's got a bunch of people around her, though. What should we do?
I'll force my way through.
How about plan B this time?
Oh, it's gonna be Nellie, I bet you. Michelle! Huh? Ugh.
Are you alright, Michelle? You went down pretty hard.
Oh, you're such a weakling, dearest Michelle. I don't weigh that much. Not enough to knock you over jumping on your back. You gave me no time to brace myself. Pish posh, my Mel would have had no problem catching me, and then he would have spun me around like a princess at a ball. Unreasonable doesn't even begin to describe your expectations. Are you sure you should be running around like that? I thought you were in a rather poor health. Amazingly, I'm actually feeling pretty good, and I haven't even had any medicine today. Maybe because I cleared things up with Mel yesterday? I cried my eyes out last night, but I feel better now. That's actually, I'm happy. She better not drink any more medicine. I'm glad to hear it. They do say health is as much mental as it is physical. So you might keep getting better if you stay positive. Just don't push yourself. Why, thank you for your concern, my dearest Michelle. You know, I like Nellie. She was a little cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs originally, and so I really left a bad taste in my mouth, but this Nellie is fantastic.
She's taken quite a liking to you. How do you like that? It's nice, isn't it?
I'm more not sure how to react.
Oh, just go along with it. You know you want to. Ah, I wish I could be there too. I want to pat the sweet little head of hers.
What do you think, she is a cat? Now that she's opened up, though, I will admit she is rather sweet.
Oh, there you are, Nellie. Don't run off like that, you scared me.
It's not my fault you lost sight of me, dearest Mel. I'll try and keep better eye on you. So, you came to check out the courtyard, Michelle? You know, you really stand out from a crowd. You're all so pale, I could tell it was you from way off in the distance. I am well aware of how conspicuous I am. But everyone's acting so unconcerned. It's honestly kind of disconcerting.
I can't say people don't think you look unusual, but no one's afraid of you or anything. It's not easy looking different from everyone else, is it?
It comes with its disadvantages, yes.
And she would have to deal with the same thing. That's another thing I regret. I wish I could have treated her more like a regular person. I guess I just wasn't mature enough to accept her.
You spent much of your life in a very sheltered environment, so it's only human that you would have difficulty accepting something that didn't fit within your view of the world. That doesn't make you a bad person. Regardless, you did treat her like a regular person. That's the reason she accepted your invitations to go on walks.
I guess. Question. You know what she looks like, right?
I do.
What did you think the first time you saw it? I know that's not the most tactful question, but...
I thought nothing of it. I simply saw her as a person, as a girl.
I see. Well, what do you know? Looks like I am a bad guy. And you're a right saint.
No, I've simply seen much worse.
You know, you kind of remind me of her.
I do.
I mean, you're much more personable than her, but what's the word? It's just not the way you look. But there's something a little different than everyone else about you. Like an aura of something. I'm not sure. Oh, I'm sorry if I offended you. I wasn't trying to insult you or anything. But I mean, like yesterday, you were talking like a prophet. I'm almost beginning to think that maybe you really did see a vision from God.
Enough with all the grown-up talk already. You lost me ages ago. Ah, yes, sorry. Who cares if Michel's a saint or a prophet or the archangel himself? Michel's my second brother. Besides, he doesn't look all that weird to me. Oh. The saintess is probably just an ordinary girl too. I'm big enough now that I won't think badly of her no matter what she looks like. You are, yeah. When she's free and feeling better again, maybe we can get together and bake something. Oh, Nellie. Why are you such a ray of sunshine all of a sudden? I'm not used to having happy things. That would be lots of fun. She'll forgive you, I'm sure of it. No, maybe we shouldn't be talking about this so loudly. Wouldn't want anyone to overhear us. Oh, right, sorry. But everyone's so busy preparing for the festival, I'm sure we're fine. Better safe than sorry, though. As you say, dearest Mell. So, Michel, are you here to help with prep? No, I was hoping I could find some time to talk with the nun. With all the people coming and going, she's gonna have her hands full until the festival starts. Well, that's unfortunate. Is it that important you talk with her? She may be able to give us information that could assist in acquiring the second key. The second key? You're not saying she's involved too, are you? By my estimation, she doesn't know anything. She's about as involved as Nellie was. She is, however, very much concerned with the swordsman. Much like you acted to help your sister, I believe the nun is his driving force. Are you serious? I find that hard to believe. I mean, she's such a loving, charitable woman. And he's, well, a savage brute. A murderer. It has to be her, though. Have you ever seen the two of them acting particularly close? Never. She's kind to everyone. I've seen them talking once or twice, sure. But it never was anything differently than she does around anyone else. It certainly didn't seem like they had anything going on. Maybe they're hiding it. Surely there's something between them. I would certainly presume so. Nuns aren't allowed to be romantically involved, so they could be having secret trysts. A forbidden romance. How exciting. Ha ha ha. So, you need to talk with her then, Michel? Wait a minute. You guys, no, I'm not gonna even entertain the thoughts that they somehow decided to pull the trigger on their weird thing. No. Ugh. So, you need to talk with her then, Michel? Leave it to me. You can do it. Well, right now she's showing people how to make decorations. Weaving straw into crowns and flowers and other things. I know how to make them too, so I can take her place teaching for a little. I appreciate it, but if anyone should be offering to help, it's me. There's a bunch of them already done, like over there, hanging in the tree branches. Can you make those? They're very intricately designed. You'd have to be really good at weaving to make those, let alone teach other people how. You should take her up on her offer. You're right. Your assistance would be greatly appreciated. You got it. I'll let her know you want to talk, so just hold tight. And you, dearest Mell, are coming with me. You get to help make decorations. I'm no good at this stuff, though. Nope. I said you're coming and that's all there is to it. With me as your teacher, you'll be a pro in no time. Yeah, alright, you win. Let's go. Nellie seems to be in good shape. It doesn't seem like last night caused her any problems with them. I'm relieved. Hopefully, they can continue down this path. They'll be fine, I'm sure. I pray they will be. Now, we should have a little time before the nun is available to talk, so I'd really like to find some shade. It is pretty bright out today. I thought you could see through my eyes. I can, yes. I can see what's going on, just not as clearly as you. Not enough to tell how strong the sun is, for example. I see. Are you alright? I'm fine. I say, but the backs of my eyes are starting to hurt. 2 days now with hardly a cloud in sight. Poor Michel. I wonder how this is gonna go.
Ah, there you are. I hope I didn't keep you waiting too long.
No, no worries. I apologize for pulling you away from your duties as such at a busy time.
After the little surprise this morning, I figured you must really have something you want to say.
I do, something very important. And if possible, I would like to discuss it with you somewhere more private.
Let me guess. You're going to propose to me?
Must have it a lot.
Now, you should know better than that. I am a servant of God the Father. He's the only companion I'm permitted to have.
No, I just wanted to...
I know, I'm kidding. I just wanted to tease you a bit. I can't be away for very long, though, alright?
I will do my best to keep it short.
Okay, let's head inside to find a room then.
After you. She's very trusting. May I ask you something, Giselle?
What? Yes, what is it?
Is there something about me that makes people want to tease me? Maybe just because you're serious all the time?
No, not at all. What would ever give you that idea?
If you say so. Sarcasm just doesn't exist in his. Like, he's so sarcastic, but he cannot know sarcasm at all.
Alright, you have my undivided attention. Make yourself comfortable and speak whenever you're ready. I am here to help those in need. My ears are at your service. The good, the bad, the ugly. Tell me anything and everything.
What a loaded question. Start. You're a nun. You should probably be a little more particular with your conversation topics.
What's wrong?
Nothing. I actually want to talk to you rather than talk about you rather than myself.
About me?
You or the people you associate with, I suppose. Are you an acquaintance with that Asian swordsman?
The Lord's bodyguard? I mean, I know of him, but I can't say I know terribly much about him. What?
I was under the impression you were quite intimate with him.
Did someone tell you we were?
No, that was just the feeling I had.
Remember, I am a nun. Whatever you think you saw, you're probably imagining. I'm not allowed to give any man special treatment, let alone be intimate with one.
There's something between you two, though.
What do you mean, something between us?
Maybe
you should try telling her what we know about him here. His primary motivation is to keep our church running, after all.
Is he not here to keep this church, your church, in operation?
Is he... what? Did he tell you he was?
He did.
Oh, really? That's a little... No, that's quite surprising. I hardly ever talk to him anymore. Talk to anyone. Are you friends with him?
Perhaps acquaintances would be a better word.
Ah, well, he seems to be a nice enough fellow.
This isn't going how I thought it would. Are you really not close with him at all?
Nope. If he told you he was trying to protect it, if he told you he was trying to protect this church, it would have been out of a sense of gratitude, nothing more.
Gratitude for...
A while back, he was in a pretty bad place in life, and I gave him some food. This was when I wasn't all the way out here, but at a church in the city.
There were other nuns there too, as I recall.
Right. We also serve an orphanage. It was us and a ton of children. I've since fallen out of touch with them, though. But as servants of God, it is our responsibility to offer assistance to those in need. Which is exactly what I did for him. No special treatment, just did the right thing. So whatever you think you saw between us, there's nothing there.
You're Pauline, though, aren't you?
No, my name is Marie.
Marie.
How can that be? How can she not be her? Marie, that sounds a lot like a name we heard behind the third door.
Oh, wait a minute. No, wait, what? No. No, no. What? Okay. Oh, that would have been weird.
But I don't think they're the same person.
I concur. There's no guarantee everyone's name has to be the same. Mell's and Nellie's were, which just made us think they all would be.
That's true.
And on the subject of assumptions, it's possible her connection to the swordsman is also a flawed one. Because again, all we have to go on is Mell and Nellie. Although in Morgana's story, I'm pretty sure he said something along the lines of doing what he did to keep her church running. Was he not referring to this woman?
I should be getting down to the courtyard then. Nellie won't be able to handle everything on her own. It would be great if you could help with the preparations too.
Oh, 1 second.
Hmm?
There's absolutely nothing going on between you.
Why can't you just accept the answer I've given you? I don't like being so blunt, but you're really overstepping your bounds. And I said there's nothing, and there's nothing.
What do I say? If she leaves now, it won't be easy getting another chance to talk to her. Will I be able to get him to tell me her story without having her on my side, though? Will I be able to get his key?
Maybe you could try talking with him and with Mell there. The two of you together could convince him to give up this key.
When I encountered a shadow in the mansion, he told me that if I mentioned the key to him in the past, he would have cut my head off from my shoulders on the spot.
Then we should try and find the lords first instead?
I think I'll try to shake her up. Take a leap of faith on there being something between them.
Happy now? I should really get going.
Hold on, just one last thing.
Yes?
To waste time? Would it be possible for you to grant me access to the observation tower?
The tower? Why?
Because the Lord and his bodyguard are keeping someone imprisoned at the top of it.
What?
They've locked up a girl with miracle blood.
It's not very appropriate to joke about things like that.
I am not joking. The medicine you're handing out is real human blood.
What proof do you have?
I have someone else who can corroborate my story.
And what proof do you have that they're telling the truth?
When you hear what he has to say, you'll know. But the greatest proof is his key.
Sorry, but there's no way I can believe someone is being imprisoned here. Your claims are an affront not only to the good people who give their time, money, and hard work for the church, but to God himself.
Open the door and you can see for yourself.
I can't. I don't have the keys.
And does that not seem the slightest bit unusual to you? Does it not make you think they might be hiding something?
No, because I know it's being kept in the tower.
You know.
The observation tower is the Lord's personal property. He stores his money and valuables there because the church is less likely to be broken into than his manor.
His money?
Even thieves fear God, so you can understand why he would keep his property here.
Does that actually make sense, though? If he's so afraid of thieves, surely he can afford to hire guards.
He doesn't like keeping guards around.
Why not?
Haven't you heard? There have been several failed assassination attempts.
Maybe that's where Marie is.
The Lord is not a bad man. He can be rather aggressive in his work, which has a tendency to make men enemies. Some of whom want to see him dead, and keeping his wealth at hand only increases that risk. Now, are you satisfied?
Insist all you like, but he's not keeping money in the tower. He's got a...
Are you after the Lord's wealth? Is that what this is about?
What?
Again, I don't like being so blunt, but who do you think I'm more likely to believe? The Lord who's been supporting me in this church, or you, who showed up out of nowhere demanding me open the door?
I'm telling the truth. There's a dying girl in that tower.
I'm sorry, I don't want to do this, but if you keep this up, I'm going to have to call the guards. I really must be going now.
The swordsman, he helped imprison the girl in the tower so he could get money necessary to keep your church up and running. With your help, we could stop this.
Take some time to cool off. Would it have killed her to be a little open-minded? I really hope she considers the possibility that we're telling the truth, even just a little bit.
Is she so defensive because she trusts the Lord that much, or is her trust in the swordsman? Or maybe it's simply because she doesn't trust me. I think I'll head back to the courtyard. I need some time to consider our next move.
That's a good idea. And there might be something Mell and Nellie can do to help too.
Perhaps. This is a sticky wicket if I've ever seen one. With the nun denying any involvement with the swordsman and with him being so inscrutable, I find myself at a complete loss as to how to go about crossing the wall standing in the way of getting the truth out of him. My mind brings me back to the events of the second door, the most savage of the three tragedies. The things he did were, I think, undeniably inhuman, which makes me wonder if his perspective of these events would have any influence on Morgana's perspective of him. If at all, a positive influence seems less likely. Was he man or was he beast? If nothing else, he wanted to be human in the beginning. What was it that he truly desired? If he hadn't been under Morgana's curse, would he have wanted to be the same killer he was? I don't know. I think so, or at least in part. Or maybe he didn't want to be a killer at that point. He just was. Like, he was forced to make bad choices and, like, he's become a man of, like, decisive action. But maybe he never wanted that. You know, I think it's a little shorter than usual, but this is a really good place for us to stop. So I think we'll go ahead and pause here. A lot to think about this episode. But we really didn't get anywhere, which is the problem. Like, a lot's going on, and we're learning more and more about what's happening, but at the same time, like, the nun's not going to be as helpful as I hoped she would be. And I didn't even have a choice there. I wonder if we're done with choices now. Like, where the choice is kind of a gimmicky thing to lead up to the initial, like, conversation or not. But I don't even know what angle we can approach this problem from at this point. But we'll have to see for ourselves. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel and for being a part of this. Like, it's just a good story. I know we can't have much more left, but I bet you we got at least 4 or 5 parts, if not more. Because it feels like that we'll have at least another 2 parts for each. Like it looks like it's like a preamble part and then a part, and then probably 2 parts of like getting up to telling the story and then the story kind of thing. So we'll have to see what all the details are for the beast next time. Hopefully. Why am I yawning so much? I honestly don't feel that tired, but my body just seems to be yawning. Like, maybe I am more tired than I think I am. So, again, maybe it's time for me to wrap this up. So thank you guys so much for being here today. Thank you so much for joining me on the channel. Thank you guys for being a part of this great community. Please keep an eye on Discord. I'll let you know when updates are coming about. But until the next video you're watching me, you have to see me next. I'll see you there.